This is Junior. He is a Yorkie, and Mom said I could do anything I want with him. So here he is getting his bath. I did a little time lapse of him, and I'm washing him with a hypoallergenic shampoo. This is a tearless shampoo, but I still try really hard not to get any in their eyes just because I can never be too sure. Doggy burrito, look how cute he is. He says, I don't want to go to the dryer. Of course, I forgot to film his haircut, but I think I did a 7 on him. It was a little while ago since I've done him, but look at his beard. I love when their beards are super long and then I get to cut it super duper short. I always make sure to comb through the beard to make sure there's no tangles, and any hair that I'm pulling out is dead hair, so it's not pulling anything from his skin. I start with the eyes just so I can kind of see what I'm working with and be able to shape his beard. I call this side of the eyes the blinders. I like to pull them forward and make sure that it really opens up his eyes and you can really see how cute he is. And then I just go for it. I just take some big chunks out, and I mostly do a lot of my shaping with my thinning shears, so I get it down to the length that I want with my scissors. But I'm really careful because this is a really sharp object next to a really delicate area of the body. So I move nice and slow and make sure that he doesn't move and I don't move so he doesn't get hurt. When I first started grooming, I used to do my Yorkies with like fairly long beards, and then I started watching a lot of videos on YouTube and Instagram about Asian fusion grooming. And one of the things that I really love about Asian grooming or Asian style grooming is that they do like a really short beard, and I think it just looks super cute when they have like a super short beard. Again, any of these little tangles that it looks like I'm pulling out of his face are not attached to his skin. It's just really important to make sure that all the hair is out so that I could get an even cut. Now I'm going to use my thinning shears to just kind of blend things down and shape his face into a nice little round face. Grooming is a lot of shapes, and it really didn't come naturally to me. I'm not a terribly artistic person, at least when it comes to like spatial recognition and seeing shapes and things like that. So watching videos really helped me kind of create my style. And even now I'm still learning. I love watching other groomers do their teddy bear faces, and I like to kind of mirror what they do. But for the most part, most of my dogs are just going to kind of look the same because I do basically the same thing with all my dogs. Short teddy bear face, nice short body, easy to maintain at home. Because Junior's just a puppy, I am using my thinning shears in front of his eyes just to get rid of those little hairs that will stick in front of his eyes. Sometimes puppies will be really scared to have the clippers in that area, and he's being really good, so I probably could have used the clippers, but I just wanted to make it a nice, easy experience for him. I stand away from him and look at him and see like little areas that I missed, and you might think, that his face looks fine, just don't look at his ears, but there's all these little tiny hairs that as you groom longer, you can kind of notice little, we call them sticky outies, of just things that are not even or sticking out, but I like to try and make it as round and blended as I can. A lot of people ask me what my favorite dog is to groom, and I always tell them Yorkies because they're so cute. There's just something about them that I just really love. They have this tendency to just like look into your soul, and just with just such love, and their personalities are just great. My coworkers think I'm crazy though, because Yorkies have a tendency to be a little more on the difficult side just in terms of their behavior. They have such stubbornness, and they just, I guess gumption would be like a good word for it, but I adore it. And when they're good, they're just so good, and when they're done, they're just so stinking cute. I like to shape the dog's face for the most part before I start trimming the ears, because with Yorkie ears, the edges kind of flow into the side of the face. So it's really important to at least have a majority of the shape established on the face so that the ears can flow and match the shape of the face. Ears look like they're pretty scary to trim, but I always keep my finger on the edge of the ear, so I always know where the actual ear meat is. and I have yet to, knock on wood, cut an ear with my scissors. I'm very, very meticulous when it comes to safety in terms of like scissoring the ears. I have a tendency to miss a lot of neck hair when I'm grooming, especially with having the loop around the neck. It's really easy to miss little hairs there, so I'm just scissoring areas that I kind of notice as I'm doing the ears. The lead around his neck is called a groomer's helper. It attaches to the bar in front of him. We're required to keep both points clipped. I usually leave the one clipped to the bar pretty slack unless I need to use it to help control the dog, like if he's being really wiggly and I need to reduce his range of motion. But Junior's being so good, he gets full slack and he doesn't have any issues. He says, don't touch my feet because those are big scissors and I would prefer it if you just would not touch my feet. Thank you. Now I'm just cleaning up some hairs on his legs. Yorkies are notorious for not really liking their legs clipped, so there's a lot of scissoring that's involved in trying to make it look nice and clean and groomed, but admittedly, I am not the best at this. It's one of my weak points, legs and feet. I think part of it is that I do legs and feet last. I've mentioned in some of my other videos that I'll do the face before I do the legs, just in case their owner comes. It's a lot easier to kind of try and trim the legs, but to try and get a nice clean foot, I do a lot of back brushing and then I'll scissor the foot. Gosh, look how cute he is. I'm such a good boy, and I'm just being very nice and patient while you trim these little hairs off of my feet. And after I tidy him up with the scissors, he is all done, and his face is so cute. He's got the biggest pretty little eyes. I'm a good boy. You know that I'm a Yorkie and I'm a good boy. Thanks for watching.